some absolutely crazy transfer rumours and near confirmations have been going around today. And we're going to be talking about everything from Elliot Anderson to Marcus Rashford to a lot of rumours circulating clubs like Real Madrid and other big clubs around Europe. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe as well. But let's get into it. As you can see by what I'm showing, we kind of knew this was going to happen, but Marcus Rashford will not be joining FC Barcelona, guys. It has been confirmed earlier today by Fabrizio, and I'm gutted for Rashford, man. You could see how much he loved the club, how probably he thought he was going to stay. Let's be real. After putting up the stats he put up, yes, it's not all about that, and that's why Barca have ended up not signing him. But he put up some brilliant numbers, man. Nearly 30 goals and assists, guys, for Barcelona this season. Pretty excellent in terms of output. Obviously, consistent performances. Some games he looked a bit off the pace. Some games he looked really on it. The Newcastle game comes to mind. He was absolutely insane. In the absence of big players that day, he stepped up massively. And he's a fantastic player. We know there's so much talent with Marcus Rashford throughout his career. But in the last few seasons, he's hit a bump in the road. Let's put it that way. When he should have been kicking on, hitting his prime, it wasn't to be. Man United, quite a toxic club to be at. And when you're the homegrown talent, you're depended on. The pressure is on you, and fallings out and stuff were happening, especially with Amorim, who just didn't fancy him at all. But we could see after that season, like around 3-4 years ago, where he put up ridiculous numbers, 30 goals in all comps, I believe. It just went downhill from there. We've seen it with a lot of players at Manchester United, but unfortunately for Marcus Rashford, talent wasn't enough for him at Man U. He needed to go somewhere else, fresh start, to kick on and kind of show his talent, but actually fulfill the potential he had when he was a youngster, when he first burst onto the scene. But obviously, he showed glimpses this season. He was really good, in my opinion, for Barcelona in certain games, and statistically did amazing. And I was very surprised Barcelona didn't activate the 30 mil buy option. 30 million euros, guys. That is nothing in this market. We're going to get onto Gordon in a minute. 80 million. 30 million for Marcus Rashford in his prime. It's crazy when you look at it. But we're going to explain why Barcelona didn't sign him, because there are reasons. Now, obviously, his wages are a big thing. He was on 350k a week, I believe, at Man United. Over 300k. Which is crazy wages. Barca can't afford to pay that. But he did, I'm pretty sure, halve his wages at Barca. And he'd be willing to cut his wage. Of course he would, to play for Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world. With the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Pedri, all of these guys. Now, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out in the eyes of Barcelona. They don't want to pay the 30 mil fee. Guys, with Barcelona, they never buy loan players. This is a trend with Barcelona and a lot of other big clubs. They like to just use a player for a loan, not have to commit finances, and then when it comes to it, they don't need to do it. They don't have to. They don't really like buying loan players. They like kind of buying players that they know are going to contribute for years to come over installments, like other big clubs do. But it's a shame for Rashford. He's going to return to Man U. Will he be reintegrated with the squad under Carrick? We'll have to wait and see, but I have a feeling he's just going to want to leave permanently. And there's a few clubs that are out there that I could see him at, but we don't know anything concrete yet. So Barca would remain open, though, to new solutions like another loan. But at 28, does he want to be doing another loan and then not having anywhere secure for the next time? It sounds like Barca are just taking the piss at this point. But, hey, man, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, this was, of course, made very apparent when Gordon went to Barcelona. This was wrapped up in a day, this deal, guys. One day it took for Gordon to be here we go to Barca. Absolutely crazy. Barely any negotiating. Newcastle were like, we want this. Barca were like, huh, are you kidding? Of course we're going to do it. And everyone was shocked by this. 70 million euros fixed fee plus add-ons. 80 million euros for Anthony Gordon. Now, do I think that's crazy in this market? No, not really. He's 25. He's English tax, Premier League winger that obviously plays for England. Has been one of the biggest wingers in the Premier League. Obviously, this season he was poor. This last season he was poor for Newcastle, but there's defo talent there. He's a good player, very good player. 80 mil is very steep. Let's be real. Euros, I know that's under that, but in pounds, but it's very steep for Anthony Gordon. But this is the market, guys, especially with an English player. He's 25 years old. He's not hit his prime yet. He's got a lot of room to improve, and there's definitely real pros to this signing. I mean, his output, yes, a lot of them were penalties, but he scored over, I think it was 10 goals in the Champions League. Something mad like that, 8 to 10 goals, which is crazy for Anthony Gordon at Newcastle. And he's a very dangerous player. He's very fast. He's got decent output. He can play up front. He's versatile. And he's a good dribbler. So there's a lot to work with. For Hansi Flick at 25 years old, he thinks he can mould him into an even better player. Like they did with Rafinha. I'm not comparing Rafinha to Gordon. I think Rafinha at Leeds was a different kind of talent at the time. But we saw Rafinha go to different heights. Even players like Ferran Torres, who I think Gordon can easily be compared to when he was at City, he's taken him and he gets 20 goals a season under Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is one of the best man managers in the world. So getting someone like Anthony Gordon, I don't see how this can fail in terms of player like Gordon himself. With Lamine Yamal, with Rafinha, with possibly Alvarez, which looks very difficult now, but with other signings and Pedri behind, Fermin Lopez, there's so much to work with there. And with Gordon on the left, with his pace in behind, it could work an absolute treat, guys. Let's be honest. So I think there's a lot of pros, but I'm just very gutted for Rashford. And I think that is why they've gone for Gordon instead. I think they see the age difference as a big factor. They can obviously pay in installments over years. They think his attributes are better suited. He's a pressing machine, unlike Rashford. There's a lot more to work with, and he's more versatile. So it is what it is. I do think Rashford's the better player, but he is older. So we're going to have to wait and see. But unlucky for Rashford and Gordon. Hey, man, I wish him the best. But the biggest news of today was Anderson, guys. Elliot Anderson to Manchester City. Hey, man, I think this is going to get done. I'm not Fabrizio, but it looks like he's heading to Manchester City, guys. It's absolutely crazy. We saw his first bid, get rejected. And we didn't know what the fee was. We saw this earlier this week, I think it was, or last week. I can't remember. That they rejected a bid. And I was like, how much was the bid for? But we can assume it was not over the £100 million mark. Because Nottingham Forest have made it very clear they want over that. They want over that. They want more than Rice money, I was hearing in reports. So this is not a joke. This is a crazy deal. This is a really good talent that Thomas Tuchel has shown is capable of playing on the biggest stage. At his age as well, 23, I believe, he is really gonna kick on. He looks like a fantastic player. For Nottingham Forest, this season, he's been absolutely brilliant. All round, number 8, he can do absolutely everything, guys. Yes, it's been one season, and I do think the valuation of players nowadays is ridiculous. It's bonkers. But you can see why Man City want him. Especially under Pep, it would make a lot of sense. But even now, they need that kind of player in there. Imagine him with Rodri. Like, it just makes perfect sense. Even if, obviously, Rodri, maybe he doesn't stay. There's a lot to work with at Manchester City. You've got Haaland, you've got Doku, you've got very exciting players everywhere. So this makes a lot of sense. At the number 8, they need someone like this. They've had Nico Gonzalez, Reinders. It hasn't worked. They need a proper number 8 in there. And he looks like the all-round package. Now, Man City are confident. They're obviously going to... he's going to agree to it. Like, why would you not want to join City? Obviously, Manu are still keen, but Manu are keen, as they need midfielders, but City are the team ahead here. And David Ornstein confirmed that Man City have sent a verbal proposal worth £106 million plus add-ons. What on earth are those numbers? When I saw this on my phone, I had to scratch my eyes a bit. I thought I was blind. Eye-watering numbers. Nearly made me drop my phone. I'm joking, but still. 120 million. Over pounds, by the way. This isn't euros. Like Rashford. This is what I mean. This is nothing to do with Rashford, but 30 million euros. That's what surprised me. Like, that is absolutely nothing when you're getting numbers Like this. £120 million. That's around 133 million euros, I believe. Absolutely bonkers. British record fee, guys. Like, this is not a joke. No, they want the British record fee, not after bonuses, no fresh talks. Oh my word. This is bonkers, man. Nottingham Forest aren't playing around, and fair play, man. They're about to lose a big asset, and they need a lot of money for him to replace him as well. So they might lose Gibbs White as well. So I hear it, man. They got all the power here, and City have all the money in the world, guys. Like, you've seen the money they've spent. They're about to get rid of a lot of people like Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, and a bunch of others. Marmouche. Those three together, that's like 60 mil a player, guys, roughly. They've spent a lot of money, and when a signing doesn't work at Man City, just bin them off. They've got unlimited funds. So I hear it. As a City fan, I'd be very excited, but if you're looking at the fee, it's bonkers. Like, if we're being honest, he's max 80 mil. But in this market, hey, £120 million, it's not really surprising. The club hold the leverage. Hey, you've seen players. Rice went for 105. By the way, I've been saying with Rice, it's a different story, man. Like, it was a lot of money, but now it's looking like a great deal. Because, let's be real, Elliot Anderson's a fantastic talent. And Rice is obviously a lot older, but Declan Rice was doing it for years at West Ham. Winning the Conference League, constantly keeping them above relegation. And he was fantastic. Obviously, Declan Rice was just fantastic for West Ham for years, guys. Years. He was a top midfielder in the league. One of the best at West Ham. And he went to a different level when he joined us. The 105 mil was kind of justified at that point. But this is bonkers. For one good season, it's crazy. But Anderson's a great player. I'm not bashing him. But yeah, Man U, obviously, he was a dream target for them. But they didn't want to go into a bid war. And they want the players to kind of buy into them first. And I rate it, to be fair. A lot of players want to join Man U for the stature of the club. You've seen it with Cunha and Buemo. Without Europe, they still wanted to join. Sesko as well. So it's very, very interesting. And he favoured City anyway. So Matheus Fernandes has been identified as an alternative, as well as Alex Scott, who is valued at around 80 mil. This is the problem, guys. Now, this transfer is going to massively inflate everyone else. Just like Gordon has done, in my opinion. But, yeah, this is going to massively inflate it. So, we're going to have to wait and see. But he's a brilliant player, man. Look at the percentages. In every metric, he is brilliant. Especially with his passing. His passing range is mental. But he's a very good player, man. Very, very good. Played almost every game for Nottingham Forest. And he is up there in the top 5 leagues with passing stats. Really, really impressive stuff. So, it's going to be interesting. 2 years after, guys, they bought him for £35 million. That is wild. Absolutely wild. Obviously, Newcastle had to sell him for financial fair play rules because they were going above and they didn't want to get penalised for that. But Newcastle fans must be gutted. Absolutely gutted. But also very happy for him that he's kicked on and shown his quality and potential. Fair play, man. Fair play. 106 million guaranteed plus 15 mil in add-ons. That is £121 million. Mental, man. Tonali's also on the shortlist. City ain't done. You think City are done after splashing this? No. They're going to keep going. Now, obviously, Man U were well interested. But Matheus Fernandes and Alex Scott are alternatives for them. Cheaper as well, but inflated now. I mean, look at this. Relegated West Ham have put an £85 million price tag on Matheus Fernandes. Brilliant season for them. Nearly kept them up. But the market's mad. But he's a very good player. Different as well. Different player, but very talented. I was surprised that he got left out the Portugal squad. Obviously, they got Neves, Vitinha, Bruno. He wouldn't start, but just for experience rotation, he's a very good player. So, Mourinho's also mentioned his name. This is crazy, man. This is the Prem hype, man. Mourinho has mentioned his name to Real Madrid. Wow. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff. And, hey, imagine going from West Ham to Real Madrid. He would be pleading with his agents to get that done. But we'll wait and see if he goes to Man U or Real Madrid or somewhere else. But yeah, West Ham are not keeping him. On to Arsenal now. Besiktas are apparently about to make an offer for Trossard. We've seen over the years Turkey have been linked. His age, obviously a concern in this day and age, but he's a fantastic player. I'd want to keep him just for bench because he's such a great impact sub and he hasn't lost it this season. He's been so clutch for us. One of the main reasons we won the league in the end, for the big goals. So I don't want to let go of him, especially if it's 20 million euros. Like, we signed him for basically that years ago. So 3 years ago. I know it's good, obviously, and we need to strengthen the left wing, obviously, but I'd still want to keep him as a impact player, rotation, and then maybe let him go next year. But hey, man, Tross, it would hurt. But let's see what happens. Now, Alvarez, we made a video. Go check out my latest videos. I make a lot of content here about transfers, especially this one, because this was mental. All this fuss about Julian Alvarez, a lot of reports coming out that they didn't actually want him and it was all like a bluff. A show, basically, for Perez to back up his promise of 150 million bid. We'll have to wait and see with Perez, because he's not done in the window by any stretch of the imagination, so he could still. But yeah, this bid obviously got rejected, and it had a massive, chaotic reaction by Atleti involving Barca, so go check out my video I made yesterday on that. Now, Jorge Mendes, the agents of Joao Neves and Vitinha, have confirmed they're not leaving PSG. Why the hell would they? Back-to-back Champions League winners. Real Madrid are not going to get these two. They are secured. PSG, they've got them locked down. And obviously they were never an option. They don't want to leave, obviously. And they want to continue winning the biggest trophies. And it's looking scary for everyone. Now, Vardiol's an interesting one. Confirmed by Fabrizio. Real Madrid are very interested in him and Calafiori as well. But Calafiori, I'm not too worried. We're not going to let him go for anything cheap anyway. But we're not going to let him go. I don't even think we'll open the door to it. Unless he does, which I don't think he will either. Just won the Premier League. I'm secure. But with Vardiol, it's interesting. Real Madrid really want him as a versatile defender. Can play centre-back, left-back. He has a choice between joining Real Madrid under Jose Mourinho with the rebuild or staying at City and renewing. What do you guys think? I think he could go either way here. Because we've seen City, no more Pep. Maresca, it's going to be a transition. Will players start to leave? We've seen Stones, Bernardo departing. Could others follow suit? Now, it's a big salary boost for him, 2031, but he either extends or leaves. We've seen it with Konate. Obviously, it was different because he ran it down and left for free. But he left quite suddenly. Could this be another one? Alvarez was never for sale. They're not going to sell him. Apparently, he wants to leave, though, which I made a video on. He wants to leave, but they want a bigger fee than 150 million euros, which is mental. I'm sorry, what the hell are we doing? But we'll see if Alvarez really pushes for a move. Maybe they'll have to sell and they'll look like idiots. But we'll see about that. Now, this was crazy. I just wanted to talk briefly about this. Arbeloa to Fulham to succeed Marco Silva. Mad, innit? Now, obviously, he was interim at Real Madrid. Never going to get the permanent role. Looked out of his depth at times. But did okay. Okay. Not great in terms of the season, but what do you expect? The team was really dysfunctional. He tried his best. Could he get the Fulham job? We'll see. And Sancho is leaving Man U finally, 5 years after joining for £75 million. Fourth record signing for them. What a horrible transfer that was. But could he go back to Dortmund? That's what I'd love to see. But Sancho, he really needs to kick on, man, because he's 26 now. It's getting scary. But like Rashford, he could move somewhere, kick on, hopefully. But let me know what you think of all of this. The Rashford stuff, the Elliot Anderson move. Let me know. Do you think this is going to get wrapped up? I think Forest will accept it, personally. It's a crazy bid. Let's see what happens. But make sure you hit the like, subscribe if you're new. It's been Jay-Z Knows Ball, and I'm out. Peace out, guys. Take care.